Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. I'm not sure I can help this gentleman. I've helped him before in a while. He's wondering, I'm guessing, this is all I know. He's using an eyedropper tool and taking a sample, but it's a different color. Well, this is not a color, it's a piece of leather. And it's got highlights and darkness and a bunch of different things. But he's using an eyedropper tool. Evidently, he's trying to cover this up. So let's, I don't know that anything would work. I'm going to just try the Smart Fill tool instead of the eyedropper, and I'm going to take a sample pretty close to that, and then I'm going to fill that in. And see, it's not the same. You know, even when you take away the outline, the red outline, it's not going to be the same. It's not a color. I mean, that is a color that Corel came up with off of that sample, but I'm guessing, and he didn't really give me much information, that he wants to use this bag for other logos and going to show the customer what the logo would look like. And the only way I can think about doing this is to change the whole front. So I'm going to take a 2-point curve line, and I'm going to roughly kind of like cut out, and I'll move these lines in a second. I'm just kind of getting the outline of the satchel or whatever it's called. And then this bottom line's got a little bit of a curve. So I'm going to go ahead and, I'm actually going to just freehand. Well, first of all, I'm going to get the shape tool. I'm going to put it there. Then I'm going to get the freehand tool. And I don't think this is going to help anybody, but I'm just going to freehand this down here. So far, and then let's zoom in here. Because I'm just going to change the color of the whole thing. Well, first of all, let's get this line closer to the edge. And, you know, we could probably even, well, that's terrible. But see, the smoothing tool, I've got my freehand tool set on 100. So that's pretty good. Now just join these two lines with it's got a little arch to it on the bottom. So I'm going to use the 3-point curve line and just give it a little bit of an arch. And for the one I'm doing it for, you could do a little better job than I'm doing on that. This might be a 3-point curve line here. So you just kind of get that, and then you could always move it with the shape tool. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to trace or build a box around, and well, let's get the shape tool and move that in a little bit. Maybe move this down a little bit, and then get the 3-point curve line and go from there to there, and just kind of get a curve. Now, if I take my item and move it out of the way, and take my lines and weld them, excuse me, and then I'll smart fill it to make sure I'm there and I'm good. So now what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to try this, is take a copy of that, and I'm not going to move it. I forgot where I was going. So I'm making it a lot bigger because I'm trying to I hate to move it. Let me move this over here, and let me nudge that down, and then move this over a little bit. Let me set my nudge factor on something lower, like 1 inch. And I'm just guessing at straws. And then I'm going to take that, shift select that, and I'm going to go intersect. Well, that didn't work. maybe I'm trying, maybe get it up into here. So shift select that, or shift select, get the box, shift select the other thing, and then go intersect. I don't know why that's not working. I was just playing with it and it worked. Maybe this thing isn't closed. You know what? I don't know how many times I've nudged it now, but I mean, it's closed because let me look at the node. Okay, there's a lot of open node. Let's do this. Let's go here in Windows, Dockers, and join curves. Select all these curves and see that's probably what it was right there. Now I can try to nudge that back, but I don't know how far I nudged it. Got it selected. I'm going to select my satchel and go up to intersect. Look at that. And then move this back. And now you have a new front. But I mean, it's off, but you could, you could tweak it a little bit better. It's just, you might just have to tell the customer, that you just covered it up. We could add a node there and bring that out and, play with it a little bit more because it's not going to match. These are completely different pieces of leather. And, one thing I might suggest, I'm going to move that back and I am going to change my nudge factor back like to 6 inches and nudge that out of the way twice. And I'm going to trace this bitmap, outline trace clip art. That'll get rid of this shadow. He may or may not want to do that. I don't know. Then I'm going to say, okay, I'll nudge it over and I'm going to left click, right click. And all these other lines or shadows, I'm thinking. So I'm going to take my virtual segment delete key and delete all this. And you might have to do this, a couple of tries to get all the shadow. Because I think, if we look real close, there's some shadow underneath that box. And that's like a leg. So we might be able to take that away. And I'm going to, as long as I don't have a leak, see, it's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool, set on like blue, and I'm going to fill that in. And then I'm going to move that over, and then fill that in and move it over. And then I'm going to go back to up to my original. And I'm going to get both of them. And I'm going to go intersect again. And there's your satchel. And so you need to clean it up a little bit more. There's still some shadows that could be done after the fact, but it might be better to do it before because you can grab those nodes and delete them and delete nodes, delete nodes, delete nodes. I think if you're doing it for the customer, it might be better. This would be better to do it freehand before. And we could add a node right there and bring that up. See, I got rid of the shadow. I'm not going to do it on both sides. But then put this on top of it and put your new logo on it. And you'll just have to tell him you put on a fake piece of leather on top just to, show him what it would look like. I'll just put a logo. Let's make it something a little fancier. Let's make it impact. And that's what it's going to look like. Much like that. So the one I'm doing it for, that's the only, it's the color eyedropper tool and the Smart Fill tool are using colors. And you're trying to blend a color that's not a color. And, if this was just a one piece of leather, it will look great. But when you're dealing with this other, the stitches, the folds and the creases. Anyway, I truly hope that helped a little bit. And thank you for watching.